Of course, another week in pro wrestling.
Another week.
The Survivor Series, of course, went down on Sunday, and WWE Raw last night. I guess real quick, your thoughts on CM Punk retaining the title from Survivor Series. Did you think that was going to happen?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that too.
5 days.
You think that this is a good thing that they're going with this long title reign?
Yeah. Because it's kind of like taking you back to the old school a little bit. When, everybody like Hogan used to have the title for 10 months, and, Ric Flair used to have it for 10 months before Dusty would take it, or Sting would take it from him, or it was just like, and then like those guys never had it for a long period of time, and then Ric Flair would always get it back and keep it for another 10 months. So I think this is good. Good.
I agree. I mean, it definitely gives him something to talk about. He can talk about how he, been the champion for so long and blah blah blah. But you think that it's a good thing? Are you believing him as the bad guy champion, CM Punk?
Yes and no, because the crowd is like half and half with him. So it's kind of like everybody's cheering for him, and you got people that's booing. Same with Cena, you got people that's cheering, and you got people that's booing. So, like, the people are really starting to cheer for Cena now. It's like you don't hear them boos like you used to. The boos are getting played.
Yeah, the people are accepting him.
Yeah, the people are starting to accept him now. Especially with, I think, this AJ thing is really gonna take off. I guess they were waiting for his divorce to get final to make this happen.
Definitely. Yeah. Of course, everyone listening live every Tuesday night, 11 p.m. We are right here, Ustreamradio.com, talking about the week in pro wrestling. And I guess before we go any further, let's go ahead, DJ Unique, and also plug what you have going on for the old school crowd.
Yeah, for the old school crowd, Power 101 Jams FM. Straight old school, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at DJ Unique 1100. Old school mixes up on there like every week, and you can download the mixes from YouTube and listen to some good old school.
Definitely nothing wrong with that. And when you say old school, you don't mean stuff from like 5 years ago, like some of these people.
I mean I'm 20 years or better. I don't, nothing past 90, nothing past 99. Nah, it's going further than that. On the show, you will be able to see everything every week. I'm gonna have a new show up on YouTube, so you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about with the history of the form.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're taking it to that. Taking it to the history, but I definitely wanted to let you plug all that stuff.
It's all good. It's all good. I'm loving it though. I'm loving all these different things we got going on. I'm feeling real good about this.
Absolutely.
Everything. YouTube channel, all that.
Going into absolutely going into WWE Raw, I think that really after Survivor Series, the momentum starts to build towards WrestleMania. I think that even though they say that it starts at Royal Rumble, I think that it really starts at Survivor Series because that really starts to set the pace for the Royal Rumble, which really sets everything off. Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, my favorite times of year, my favorite shows, really. Royal Rumble has always been one of my favorites. This Cena and AJ thing, you touched on it earlier. I assume that you like this.
I love it. I love the way it's going in. Vicky's making me laugh. At first I couldn't stand her. Now it's like she's making me laugh now. It's like the way they doing everything with the fake Cena leg being hurt and all that.
It looked pretty legit to me, though.
Yeah, it did kind of look real, though.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like the way it reminded me of when Vince jumped out of the ring, or jumped into the ring rather, a couple years ago and blew out his legs. Because they work out so much, the muscles are really tight and it's easy for them to tear. But the way that he jumped out of the ring was kind of awkward, and it seemed to me like he hurt his ankle or knee legit, and he got an MRI today, and so it seems like he tore something. I mean, I think that just comes from his awkward, movement. Just being. I mean, he says that he doesn't take any steroids, but I mean, I just never really believed that. Going into Ryback, Ryback starting off the WWE Raw show. Your thoughts on Ryback? Is he getting over, or is he not quite there yet?
Not quite there yet. I say like 2 more pay-per-views. 2 more pay. I say by SummerSlam he'll be there.
But you don't think he's flopping, though?
No, he's not flopping at all. In the beginning, he was boring, but now he's starting to pick up the pace. That's why I say by SummerSlam, by WrestleMania, SummerSlam, around that time, he's going to be good. He's going to be a superstar.
Yeah, they definitely have him on the fast track. He had a match with Tensai, the opening match last night. Tensai has fallen pretty hard and pretty fast. When I guess if you go back 5 or 6 months ago, they had Tensai in main events, and
right.
now he's in the opening match, jobbing out,
getting beat up. Same with Brutus Clay. At the beginning, Brutus Clay was undefeated. Then, since the Big Show knocked him out, it was just like that was it.
Of course, Ryback beating Tensai in 3 minutes and some change. Kofi Kingston. They've definitely separated him and R-Truth. Your thoughts on Kofi Kingston? I think they really missed the boat on him years ago. But what are your thoughts on Kofi Kingston?
I can see his contract being up pretty soon and heading towards TNA, like Chavo Guerrero did. I can see his contract.
You think that's a good fit? You think that's a good fit?
Yep. I can see his contract being up in about another 3 months, and he's going to be gone.
My problem with Kofi is the same problem that I had with Shelton Benjamin. I mean, so much talent, so much innovative moves, just not a lot in the charisma department. I think Kofi has a little bit more than Shelton Benjamin, but Shelton Benjamin, a talent that was wasted, never really reached that full potential. And Kofi Kingston, I think, is a difference. I think that there was an opportunity that they had with him. He was feuding with Randy Orton several years ago. He was right on that verge, and I just don't know what happened. I don't know whether he pissed somebody off backstage or what it was.
Because at the Royal Rumble, he's going to lose the belt to Wayne Barrett.
Well, speaking of Wade Barrett, they had a match, non-title match. And if you notice, and I said this before, and I'm going to do a separate commentary on this one day soon, I think that the 3-hour change is the best thing that happened to Raw in a long time, and I'm going to tell you why. Of course, the show is obviously going to be longer, but we get longer matches. You get to see wrestlers that you wouldn't normally get to see in a 2-hour show. And it gives some of these guys the opportunity to shine that never would have gotten it before. Kofi Kingston and Wade Barrett on Raw had a 12-minute match. That's just something that just would not have happened if it was still 2 hours. You at least one per night. You're gonna get at least one good, long, interesting match. At least one on Raw. What are your thoughts on that? Did you like the 3-hour change?
The 3-hour change is getting better. In the beginning, it was a little boring. Now it's like they add more storylines, and it's getting better. It's getting a whole lot better.
And also, I got several emails on this. I wanted to know your thoughts on, of course, the King came back last week. What are your thoughts on the way they handled the King coming back? The King coming back last week, and with CM Punk interrupting him, and Paul Heyman faking a heart attack, and some of those comments. What were your thoughts on that?
That was pretty decent. Even though I thought that the King they waited too soon they could have waited a little while longer to bring him back. But I guess I don't know. They was doing good with it. They should have let us help get a little bit more better, and then brought him back. But the way they brought him back in a real big way. And that was real.
Were you offended by the jokes about the heart attack or anything like that?
That was funny to me, but I wasn't offended because, I mean, you already know what it is, but it was kind of funny to me because I really thought the Paul Heyman was getting ready. I thought that was so.
Oh my God! So when he stopped, you weren't like upset about that?
No, because I thought Paul Heyman was really having a heart attack at first.
Oh my gosh! Of course, for our people listening live, you can always check us out in the archives, UStreamRadio.com, also in iTunes, and also blogtalkradio.com/DMV Wrestling. As always, continue to send your emails and your questions and comments and all that good stuff. But we're going to continue our conversation. Antonio Cesaro beat Brodus Clay, the aforementioned Brodus Clay, 2 minutes. Brodus Clay has seemingly lost his steam. I think it's time for them to,
And he gonna lose his girls.
Wow. I'm sure you would take one and I'd take the other one, right?
Yeah. We can do that.
No problem. But I think that pretty soon they're going to need to switch up. His gimmick is stale right now, and a very interesting package. You were talking earlier about the cheers of Cena. They had a very good package of Cena's charity work with Make-A-Wish, and showing some of the nice things that he does for some of the kids. Coming off that video package, the crowd really cheered heavy for Cena.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so that they said that he has specifically reached 300 wishes of kids. So that is very commendable. As the night progressed and we got more into this AJ Cena storyline, Cena did something that I never expected he would do. He broke into a kiss, a very heated kiss with AJ, and she returned the favor. And of course, Dolph came out and attacked Cena. And as Cena fought him off, he jumped out of the ring awkwardly and seemingly twisted his ankle and or knee. I thought that this Cena and AJ thing was over. Do you think that they're taking too much from TNA's storyline with AJ Styles, or taking a little bit from them with just the way this whole angle is going?
It's about the same. That AJ,
with the Claire Lynch story.
Styles. Yeah, this is better than AJ. Even though that kiss was like mad phony, they didn't do no kind of tongue, no nothing. That kiss was just phony. It was like Cena wasn't even kissing her for real. But yeah, I know it's a kid's show and they couldn't get to it was really cool. I liked it.
It's progressing. It's progressing.
No.
Yeah.
It's like no.
It's progressing nicely, and of course, obviously, it's not over yet. Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio in a bit of a throwback match, the 2 out of 3 falls match, which usually are really good. If you remember, we're going back in the day to some of the matches with Nikita and Magnum TA. Booker T had some good 2 out of 3 falls matches with, I believe, was it Benoit? Kurt Angle and Benoit have had some good ones. I mean, 2 out of 3 falls matches are usually really good. And Randy Orton and Alberto Del Rio had what I would like to call a pretty good series of matches. All in all, about 12 minutes. What were your thoughts on these 2 out of 3 falls matches? Orton eventually winning.
That was a good match. I liked it. It was cool. Or Del Rio took a whipping to the arm, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Orton's gonna be in pain coming up for the pay-per-view, but for that next match.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I still see Orton winning that match coming up at the Royal Rumble with them.
Well, before they get to Royal Rumble, they got to get through TLC, the tables, ladders, and chairs.
TLC.
Speaking of forgetting about, Great Khali just comes out of nowhere as a handicap match against
Lord
Hornswoggle. Yeah.
And Hornswoggle ain't been around in a minute. Like, where they come from?
Yeah, just out of nowhere we get Hornswoggle and Great Khali, just WWE showing their circus background, and that's what it looks like when you see those two guys. Really, really tall guy and a really, really short guy. It just looks like a circus. And also Miz defeated David Otunga in 6 minutes. I mean, the crowd is still kind of trying to warm up to Miz being a good guy. So I don't know. Also, Sheamus defeated Damian Sandow in a pretty long match, almost 15-minute match.
Boring match.
Yeah, okay. It lost the crowd at times. After I would say the crowd really, really was peaked for that Orton Del Rio match, and after a 3-hour show, they just were just not. They were just, I was falling asleep on this match, really. But have you had a chance to check out the main event show that comes on Wednesdays on Ion?
Yeah, I checked out some of it. It's okay, but I think they should have just stuck with the 3-hour thing for a while before jumping into the main event.
It's a little bit much. I mean, they chasing paper, as we say in hip hop. They are chasing paper for real.
You know what I don't understand, man? It's like David Otunga. I understand he's a 4-time lawyer in real life, and he don't really do many shows, but he has a lot of talent. Nice physique, a lot of talent in the ring. I don't understand. He comes from being a destroyer and Nexus to just like a nobody now, like getting beat up every single week. Like he got skills in that ring. He can really wrestle. I don't understand
why they're burying him like that.
Yeah, why they killing him like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think his time will come. I definitely agree with you. I think that he has a lot of potential, but for whatever reason, it is just not his time. But I think further down the line, I think that there's definitely a possibility that something could happen with him. And going to the main event, of course, Cena and AJ and Ziggler had another altercation in the bathroom, it's. I really think that Cena is hurt, and we'll definitely see what happens. But I mean, if you see the pattern here, Cena is in his mid-30s. And he's just coming off of an injury, and now he's injured again. But that's going to happen as he gets older. Soon, one good thing is going to happen. Eventually, WWE is going to start to look for Cena's replacement. And when his replacement comes, and they finally figure out who that replacement is, Cena is going to become bitter and upset as he starts to get pushed to the background. When that happens, we're going to get a very good heel run, a bad guy run for John Cena.
Yeah, because Cena coming to the end of his career, and with all the injuries, and just coming back from an arm injury, now the leg, so he's getting old now, and it's time for them to look for somebody else to carry the weight. I think it's gonna be CM Punk, and I think CM Punk can carry the next torch.
I agree.
I think Randy Orton can definitely carry the next torch. Del Rio got talent. They're the guys that's gonna carry the next generation over.
Yeah, definitely.
Cena had his 12 years. Cena had his 12-year span. It's about the time.
They had a celebration in the main event segment, a celebration for CM Punk on the 1-year anniversary of winning the title, and Heyman out, and Cena. I mean, he's had a close to this title. I think he's had like a 385-day run, and I think in the last 25 years. Yeah, Cena has had the longest in the last 25 years, which I think CM Punk will probably pass that. The funny thing about this is that CM Punk is a very good promo. He nailed and named several people. He said Triple H couldn't do it, Bret Hart couldn't do it, Undertaker couldn't do it, The Rock couldn't do it, Shawn Michaels couldn't do it. He's been the champion for 1 year, and I think it's pretty interesting that they chose to ride with CM Punk on this. I believe that the longest reigning champion ever in WWE is probably Bruno Sammartino, if you want to say the all-time one, which I think he may have had it for 4 or 5 years, probably longer than that. Of course, in this day and age, that's absolutely not going to happen. Are you looking forward to The Rock and CM Punk match?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good match, even though I think CM Punk is going to win. I don't see The Rock. I don't see The Rock winning that title at all.
It's got to be. It's got to be The Rock. It's got to be The Rock. If I'm writing this story, you go to WrestleMania, all right? CM Punk defends against The Rock. The Rock wins. You got to have The Rock win. And then you give the Royal Rumble victory to John Cena. And he challenges The Rock at WrestleMania. Yeah, if I was writing it, that's how I would write it. How else could you so if you have Punk win and defeats The Rock, then what do you do with The Rock at WrestleMania? Or do you not want to see CM Punk? Do you not want to see The Rock again?
Seeing The Rock, I like The Rock, but it was like his acting was kind of corny in the ring the last time he was there, and he just didn't move me like he used to. Like how everybody else is into it, he just seemed like he was just there to get a paycheck. And he just didn't seem like he was into it like the rest of the wrestlers were. He's like, I'm only here for one night. Let me make this pump. And yeah, I didn't care for his last acting in the ring. It wasn't all that.
Well, and I just got an email from a listener. I guess technically John Cena would be the longest reigning WWE champion at 380 days. Because when the other guys had the title, it was the WWF title at that point in time. Interesting bit of information. Pedro Morales, I don't know if you had the belt for 1,027 days. Bruno Sammartino had the belt for 1,237 days. And Hulk Hogan had the belt for 1,474 days.
Wow.
And that's amazing. Bob Backlund, 2,135 days as the WWE champion, WWF champion rather. But the longest reigning WWF champion was another one of Bruno Sammartino's reigns, where he had the belt for 2,800 days. I'm sorry, yes, 2,803 days as the champion. And that was nearly 3,000, definitely the longest, and no one's going to ever come close to beating that, which he picked up that title in 1963. No one's going to even come close to that. Wow.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
a long time, very long time to be holding the belt.
Yeah. It would get way too boring
for that. Back then, the money wasn't like it is now. So
definitely not. Definitely not.
And the bigger the paycheck.
Absolutely. We're going to, of course, be back on Thursday. Talk TNA, Impact, and the Impact post show. And definitely people can check us out in the archives. Of course, check us out on YouTube and on UStreamRadio.com. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, DJ Unique?
No, not really. Just for everybody to keep listening to the archives. And, once again, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel at DJ Unique 1100. Every week a brand new old school mix-up, So,
all right.
Pretty much it.
Absolutely. So definitely thank you, everyone, for listening in, as always, and we will be back on Thursday for the